fam? Thanks for chilling with CuZo. You see, I got my buddy Shroom in the back. You feel me? You see my boy? But nah. Yeah, man. Welcome to another chilling with CuZo, bro. Um, I'm doing all right. You know, I could just, I could just say, certain things bothering me, but it's not too much. Like it's one of those things where, like, you know how like something happened, but it could be worse. But it's not even like even that. Um, things happen, and I'm chilling, and yeah, yeah, I feel alright. So, um, not to like just rush the little mental health part, but no, I'm doing all right, bro. So let's tap in. Uh, oof. So in the YouTube world, I mean, we talking about what MrBeast and what is it? Chris, who is now Ava Tyson. Um, yeah, man, it's getting kind of wild. From what I've heard. So let's see what's going on with that. Okay. That's the thing. This is kind of like blowing my mind that this even happened. Oh my gosh. These graphics are crazy. Editor. Um, I think it. Who is it? Why did they say I viewed it when I haven't? But okay.
So just yesterday, the dominoes started falling, and now everyone has been weighing in on the Chris Tyson situation, where his past has now been dredged up, and it was
I ain't
revealed
gonna make that face. That shit just threw me off. Like the way it was crazy and all of that. That's the only reason why I made that face. That was kind of nuts. That's a hell of a shot to start with.
that he was very publicly a fan of some disgusting art that's really just a loophole so that adults can enjoy it. Chris was such a big fan of this style of art, in fact, that back in the day he bought a print from this guy named Shadman, who was infamous for creating this stuff, and he went out and hung this up in his living room for everyone to see. Above that, he had some eerily similar accusations as Dr. Disrespect did only a few weeks ago regarding interactions with one of his biggest fans who at the time was 13 years old. Well, now, like what often happens when someone gets put in a situation
Hey, no sir, no sir. You already started crazy.
like this, more people have come forward with their stories regarding Chris. Old videos have resurfaced and more messages have come to light. And I'm going to begin to all of that and more in today's video. First, I did want to talk about some of the tweets and statements that Lava continued to make yesterday, where he says, "Can you guys help me counter all of these lies?" Chris's messages to me were sent in public Discord servers and groups, but everyone is framing it as if it was one on one. Chris literally did nothing wrong. So it seems like he's going to be holding true to his original statement that he was not a victim and that he never got inappropriate with Chris. I will say I have seen this guy catching quite a bit of flack online, and I absolutely do not support any of that. The thing is, guys, when it comes to a potential victim like this guy could possibly be, it's actually very common for them to come out and to defend their potential You have to remember this guy was a huge super fan of MrBeast and Chris. He probably held them in a very high regard. So the mere idea of losing that relationship and everything coming crashing down around him has probably been very hard for this person, Lava. I'm not saying that anything concrete happened between them. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if this guy, who's still only like 20 years old, is very scared right now. Now, this to me is where things start to get very interesting because Jimmy, aka MrBeast, begins to be involved. So, there used to be this guy named Jake Franklin, aka Jake the Viking, who would often appear in MrBeast's video. Apparently, they were pretty good friends. But
Mm.
around 4 years ago, it seemed like he was just cut off completely. They stopped asking him to be in these videos, and eventually he was left to kind of just do his own thing.
Yeah,
Well, in
I
the midst of
remember
all the
that.
drama yesterday, he came out with some tweets. I know the Lava GS they are mentioning in the video. This ain't good for Beast. He also responded to another tweet and says, Chris should tell everyone how old the girl was he was snapping that sent him his first ever pair of Gucci slides. And I understand why he's coming out with these tweets now that all of this is unfolding, but like, dude, if you knew that some sick shit was going on in the background, especially regarding people who are underage, why didn't you speak up about this before? And in the most cryptic tweet of them all that he would send out yesterday, he would say, Jimmy knew.
Are you anxious
Oh
about your
shit.
upcoming AI
Oh
interview?
shit. And
Feeling unprepared or taken aback?
Obviously
damn.
alluding to the idea that Jimmy has possibly known about this behavior for a very long time. I mean, with all of this now coming to light with some of the messages I'm about to show you guys in a second, I'm going to change my stance to say that MrBeast has to put out some sort of statement about this situation. And here's a little excerpt from this video that was posted 4 years ago, where Jake talks about disbanding from the MrBeast team.
Probably, if you're a MrBeast fan, you probably have noticed.
I think yeah, I did watch it. As soon as I seen it, it was like, oh, so he left. It wasn't even like he got fired. And that's how he framed it. So, but then again, bro, you don't wanna stay in no shit like that. Get up out of there.
Noticed I have not been in the videos as of late. In fact, the last video I was in was hide and seek. The second hide and seek video that was posted back January some date. And then after that, I was no longer asked to be in any videos. I was still on payroll, still getting paid. And I took that kind of, this is cool. I get to sit at home and get paid, but at the same time, you know what's actually going on. And everyone I talked to never really gave me any answers till super recently, when finally I was able to meet down a couple people and kind of put everything out on the table. And it came down to my piece no longer fit the puzzle. If that's the best way to put it.
So he goes on in this video to actually be pretty respectful towards MrBeast. He was thankful for the opportunity. And at least here, which this is like 4 years ago, he says he feels no ill will towards him or anyone on the team. But now that more is now coming to light, we see that that might not be true.
Yeah.
Keemstar would also tweet out yesterday, Chris Tyson supported the cartoon P artist Shadman that drew my daughter at 8 years old in a manner. This is a known fact. Privately, me and Chris Tyson even had a conversation about this.
Drew his 8-year-old daughter, bro. What?
Roughly a month ago, as it still upsets me, which is very understandable. And I actually did go back and research this a little bit myself, where I found an old live stream from Shadman being confronted about drawing these pictures of Keemstar's daughter. And even at that time, he acknowledged how much of a disgusting scumbag he truly is.
About it, to be honest, but yeah, it's pretty weird. Let's all agree, and I think you're kind of a weird guy.
I totally am. I that's my thing. I totally am.
Look, all I'm saying is there's a reason that freaks like that need to hide their face. And the fact that that information was very public back in the day, 8 years ago, before he ever purchased that art, kind of just tells me how much of a degenerate he had to be to still be supporting someone like Shadman. They even dug up his old Reddit, which he also had exposed himself via some sort of tweet a couple months back. And they say the joke is that Shadman makes corn out of anything. This right here is apparently Chris's old account. And he says it ain't corn unless it's got a... Yeah, I'll let you read that. And he also continues on to say, ah, yes, this will make a fine addition to my collection. And something tells me, guys, that he was not joking. And this...
What's up with Buddy? What's up with Buddy, man? What the hell?
This is just stuff that Chris was out there posting publicly. Like, I'm gonna need that hard drive pulled pretty soon. And that's if the black SUVs haven't already shown up at the house. And I'm not talking about the FBI's, I'm talking about MrBeast's. Now, here's where things potentially get even darker for MrBeast, as another alleged former employee came out to say this.
Hold on, let me turn off the music. I'm outside MrBeast studio.
Nah, guys, the fact that that song and Drake's name has become like where things potentially get even darker for MrBeast, as another alleged former employee came out to say this.
Hold on, let me turn off the music. I'm outside MrBeast studio.
Nah, guys, the fact that that song and Drake's name has become like synonymous with these type of accusations is crazy. But let's get back to the video.
Right now. Here's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, is there an FBI raid going on? What's happening? My name's Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024. Chris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Chris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
So this guy right here who claims to be a former employee is now saying this is only the tip of the iceberg of the crazy things going on at MrBeast Studios. I mean, I gotta be honest with you.
I ain't gonna lie. This shit got me feeling weird, bro. This is weird, dude. This is weird. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm giving reaction as a fan, nigga. This is boy. Hey man, say something. This here nuts, man. I don't know. This is weird, dog. This is weird, bro. I don't. See, I don't know, bro. I fell for look. Okay, first of all, right? Chris came with the whole, he's a proud boy. He was gonna be America. Like he was one of them boys, man. He was a Boy Scout, all that shit. Like come on, man. You feel me? I ain't gonna trip on who he is, no. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Do what you do, boy. But I'm just saying, Jimmy. I'm disappointed in Jim, bro. I don't know, cuz I might have to throw my cup and shit away, bro. I'm gonna finish my drink, but I'm just saying, like, damn, I'm gonna have to throw some memorabilia away, bro. Hey, man, that right there.
Guys, seeing the downfall of MrBeast would be like the most insane story in YouTube history.
That
it
shit
would be
crushing.
really, really bad for the platform as a whole. And as someone like, this is my job, I'm not thrilled to hear about that. But hey, if there's some sick shit going on, it's got to come to light. Like, I thought this boy MrBeast was going to be running for president by the time I turned 40, but his whole operation could end up being taken down by one single person. Now, this is where more messages began to surface, apparently being shared by a then 14-year-old who was in a Snapchat conversation with Tyson back in 2019. And first, they're just kind of trying to show the proof that this was the legitimate Chris. They click on the profile there, go straight to his new Snapchat thing he's got going on. And so as you can see, they're having some sort of conversation via Snapchat, which wouldn't exactly be surprising to me, as a lot of strange people like to go onto Snapchat because they think, oh, the messages, they're not going to be there forever. And as you guys can see here, apparently Chris is once again calling this person dad, which he was also apparently doing to the lava character we talked about yesterday. And honestly, within these messages, I don't really see anything necessarily inappropriate going on. I mean, I guess he was sending some peculiar emojis, but it's still just weird to me. Like, why were you in contact on private messengers with several people who were not even close to being of age? Like, anytime that's even a thing, I already see that as a huge red flag, and y'all kind of know.
Niggas be weird, bro.
Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And as you guys can see, much like their Twitter page, when I go and try and click on Chris's Snapchat, his profile is nowhere to be found. When I go and try and click
Bro, this shit, this shit sad. This shit sad, dog. I can't fucking, what?
click on Chris's Snapchat, his profile is nowhere to be found, leading people to believe that he's trying to further cover up this evidence. I mean, wiping your socials clean to me is never the look of an innocent person. And here's to me where things start getting super fucked up. Like, if the allegations I'm about to show you are true, oh, Chris is just beyond cook. Like, they shouldn't even return to the internet. Now, I will say these type of videos can be faked, but you would have to be pretty good at digital graphics, just like I said with the Dr. Disrespect situation. Now, this person came forward anonymously, which I would completely understand, especially given what we've seen that guy Lava go through the last 24 hours and the way people have straight up ridiculed him. But they say, I would like to stay anonymous, but Chris Tyson was texting me back in 2020 when I was 14. I'm 18 now. I commented on one of his tweets. He saw it and messaged me when I was young and I couldn't see what he was doing was and manipulating me. But looking back at it, I can see it now. And so once again, this anonymous source just kind of wanted to show proof that they were talking to the real Chris, apparently. And as you guys can see there, they scroll through the DMs, they click to his profile, and that is indeed Chris's profile that now has no tweets. I mean, I'm not saying you would have to be like some sort of computer genius to do this, but to me, this does all look pretty legit. And so the message thread starts apparently in the middle of a conversation where he says, Nothing, how is that video turning out? Good. And then he shares a link to a MrBeast video. I opened a free bank, which let me check on my phone if like the dates line up. He claims this happened in 2020. Oh my God. The dates line up, everyone. 4 years ago. Oh man. I don't know why. Like, sent a bit of a shiver down my spine.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
This shit got me
So he
feeling
says, I barely
weird.
got screen time. I wish you could see me more. To which this person says, I wish I was in a video. And apparently Chris says, me too. It's too soon though. I could introduce you to everyone when you get a little older, apparently. And the person says, yeah, that would be awesome. And at first, when I read these alleged messages, I was thinking, well, there's still no proof that the person was like underage. And apparently, Chris says, me too. It's too soon, though. I could introduce you to everyone when you get a little older, apparently. And the person says, yeah, that would be awesome. But then Chris allegedly says, your birthday is coming up, isn't it? Yeah, December 2nd. You're turning 14. This person allegedly says, I don't know where the party will be at. My mom is still deciding. Like, if we're to believe these messages are real and someone's talking about their birthday to you and you're a grown man and they're talking about, oh, my mom is still deciding where my birthday is going to be at. Like,
Yeah,
is it going
that's
to be at
too
Peter Piper
young.
Pizza?
That's
Like, how
no.
many red flags would there
That's
need to be
that
that you
dog.
might be doing
What?
something horribly
You
wrong?
would have known
And
that
this
was
is where
young.
things get crazy. He says, what do you want? I could give you anything.
You might
And
as
then
well
this
just say,
person
bro, hell nah. Bitch, you 8 years old. Nobody trying to hit that shit. Bro, what are you doing? You literally talking to children. You talking to children, dude. I mean, I get 14, but that's a children. I mean, that's a child, sorry. That shit sounds crazy. But nah, bro, like, come on, dude. Just that shit wild.
says, we could play Fortnite. I beat you last time. Meaning they've possibly had some sort of private conversation over games once again. For all you parents out there watching right now, Please deeply monitor what your kid is doing on the game and who they're talking to. That is one of the main avenues that people who are interested in kids will use to talk to them and lure them in. Not saying that that happened here. I'm just saying wise up to all that shit. If you're not, because I'm sure most of you are very good parents. You don't want anything expensive for your birthday? I could spoil you. I don't know. It's fine. Look at my snap. So what? The channels of communication just continue to overlap. If this is true, this person just says, okay,
That's
we've
crazy.
been here for a while now. I'm tired. Texting you is the only thing keeping me awake right now. God. When you leave, we could play Fort or Minecraft. Not the most notorious game for weirdos. I love you. I meant I love playing Minecraft with you. I'm telling you guys, if this shit is real, this whole thing, this whole MrBeast operation is gonna have such a giant stain on it. And just right now, I'm finding these other things he was sending out, apparently via this Reddit account, where he says, why the would you use your VR headset for anything other than 3D and that same type of art? Gang, grape, God. I mean, I could see this much more easily being faked, but Jesus Christ. But you can still get teen love. 14-year-olds always stay 14. Pokemon came out to say, I don't know all the details regarding the Ava situation, but I want to make it clear. Any inappropriate behavior towards minors is unacceptable, regardless of who you are. Well, thank you, Pokey, for the boldest statement of
But that shit's sick. That shit's sick. That nigga's. Oh my goodness. That's. Whew.
2024. This also went viral yesterday with this old footage resurfaced. Chris Tyson old YouTube channel found where he shared revenge pics with his audience of Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly.
So recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly. You'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's.
Hey, this nigga was crazy. I don't know. He was crazy work. That's crazy. I know I keep saying that word, but bro, this is out of what the fuck is going on?
It's private business, but I know that people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
So this guy literally comes out to likely his mostly kid audience and says, yeah, like I know how much this revenge can really damage someone's life, how it can lead people to do terrible things to themselves. I don't endorse the spreading of these pictures, but hey, by the way, link in the description. And in the future, I really do want to have a greater conversation, as I kind of had before, about how wrong it is that, viewing adult videos and adult images and the addiction to all that stuff and how it's become so normalized and how it's making so many people pretty much sick in their head. I mean, I can't do anything but pretty much pray for the kids today because they're probably exposed to so much so early on in their life. I mean, I truly do believe that like the normalization of pretty much having that addiction has really damaged our society as a whole.
Why is you talking to babies?
Oh shit. Right as I'm making this video, I just went to check out their Twitter page 24 seconds ago. The statement has been released. Oh shit! MrBeast made the call. The black SUV showed up to Chris's crib. I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments. Nah, we're gonna need more than an apology. You gotta get up there on the stand, big dog. If it hurt or offended anyone, yeah, I think it was pretty.
To focus on my family and mental health. The fact that you even ended this shit with that, bro, I want to punch you in the face. Like, I apologize. No violence, no violence, no violence, no violence. I apologize. But playing like that, man, with words like this right here, just buy that to focus on my family and mental health, buddy. You ruin somebody else's mental health completely. Shattered it. Come on, man. Like this the thing, bro. Like why I hate because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be some people out there who are sympathetic about something like, come on, man, like he crossed the line. Hella lines. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Up what you were doing. Seeing my recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast. He said, get away from my brand and social media to focus on my family and my mental health. I'm sorry, but this statement is not good enough for
I wish he put permanently in all caps.
me. It shouldn't be good enough for
Gee.
anyone who's like a big fan of MrBeast. We need to see more than this. MrBeast needs to come out and say something, and this needs to be addressed on a deeper level. Like, this makes him look even more guilty to me. This makes it look like, yes, I was trying to scrub everything, and let me just like make this post real quick before everything gets really bad. What a crazy day. Nah, MrBeast, this is the last tweet, bro. You gotta say something. All I gotta say is what a crazy 72 hours it has been. I also want to put the disclaimer out
Yeah,
there.
this shit
Everything
crazy.
that I've said in this video is technically all speculation. You shouldn't take any of it as a fact. But oh my god, does this all look horrible? Why every YouTuber? Why every person just like being exposed this year? It's crazy. Either way, y'all let me know what you guys think down below. I mean, what a bombshell video. But as you guys know, though, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and we're trying to clean up these virtual streets
Oh my god.
one video at a time. And I'm out, y'all.
Oh my god. And then this came out after. Okay.
So the last 72 hours have been absolute insanity. Obviously, the situation with MrBeast star Chris Tyson appears to be reaching its conclusion, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that things are about to get much darker for Chris. Like I'm talking about them possibly being investigated in a legal way. In today's video, we have MrBeast's response to the drama, his decision about what to do with Chris in general. We have things from Jimmy's past being dug up involving the Catch Me Outside girl. Basically, they're trying to cancel MrBeast at this point. We have someone else coming forward who is good
Catch me
friends with the
outside,
lava
bro.
character who we discussed in the last
Wait, what she got to do with it? What?
2 videos, claiming that Chris did him wrong as well back when he was still a teenager. So first, let's talk about MrBeast's response that came out and kind of broke the internet last night. 37.5 million views on this puppy. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. And I wish he would say the acts that he's talking about, but obviously for legal reasons he probably cannot. But I won't lie, Jimmy, we did see you looking up at that poster that was in your living room. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. So MrBeast is turning it over to a legal team. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. So the ties have been severed, and the Chris Tyson and MrBeast connection is no more. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. And you guys already know when it comes to MrBeast and his brand, he's not going to play around. I don't care if you're like his childhood friend. And to me, when he says he's going to allow these independent investigators to do their thing and then he's going to make further decisions, I think that means that he could potentially be taking legal action against Chris and maybe even aiding people in filing some sort of criminal charges. That's just my personal speculation. I think this whole situation is going to be like that episode of SpongeBob where he's trying to get that little speck off that plate. Like MrBeast is going to do everything in his power to make sure his reputation once again hopefully becomes squeaky clean, at least in his eyes. And I did want to cover Chris's full response because in my last video, only the first tweet had come out where he gave this weak ass apology and almost like made himself the victim, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna step away from my mental health and from
I
my
told you that shit
family."
made him mad.
Like, buddy, your wife or former wife, she needs a restraining order. So he
Yes.
also says, "I want to add, I never."
Man, let's talk about that, cause that's who get the shit end of the stick all the time when these boys do some goof ass shit like that. What about the wife? All right, you know what I'm saying. But in this hand right here, bro, y'all wasn't even together long enough. I know for a fact she seen some shit and she was like, "Nah, I'm out of here." But I feel bad for her and legit. He got a son, bro. He got a son, and he doing all of this. Come on, what the? Oh, it's a lot of. Oh man.
Anyone, the person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava has vocally supported that they are false. Yeah, real good job, Chris. There's no chance.
Oh man. Oh man, I can't do this, bro. And you know the audience is jits. You knew this. Oh my god.
Chance that he was just scared for his fucking life, right? There's no chance that he was just scared to lose the biggest connection in his world, right? Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media post, past actions,
Fuck,
and have
man, I don't
continued to
even
work
want to
on
hear,
myself.
buddy.
The thing is, Chris, it wasn't just humor. These were disgusting, diabolical things you were posting on Reddit accounts, your personal Twitter. You were extending it offline into real life with the poster on the wall. And here, Chris actually claims that he stepped away. When in reality, we all know you got fired, big dog. You got terminated. It's like when you're at a job interview. Oh, your resume looks great, but what happened at your last gig? Oh, it was a willful termination. Willful termination. What does that mean? Sexual assault. Now here's where we get to this guy Nathan, who has now released his individual story with Chris, and he speaks in further detail the relationship that both he and Lava had with Chris.
Chris Dyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Chris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself. Lava, he's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me.
So it almost seems to me, just watching this video, that Lava might be possibly trying to help Chris sweep this under the rug, which would not exactly surprise me if they had this close of a relationship for several years.
Me and him were both initially involved in running Chris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me.
Yeah, so apparently this is from an old Chris stream where he says that this guy was calling him.
Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leave your address. Please end your stream. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway, and Chris invited him after that. And Chris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Gary's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Chris and playing video games with him for hours on end.
I told you guys just yesterday, the games are the avenue a lot of these sickos use to speak to children. Like, I can't even imagine some kid hitting me up. Hey man, wanna hop on Fortnite? Oh yeah, buddy, do I ever? We dropping Tilted Towers? Like, at the end of the day, bro was a grown man. Why are you trying to be friends with so many kids?
Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different corn and pie videos throughout the time of me talking with him.
These are all tactics that creepy adults use to slowly lure victims in. Like, oh, let me expose you to this explicit stuff. Obviously, it's just beyond inappropriate. But oh, Chris, was that all an edgy joke too? Like, I love how when people just get outed for their absolutely disgusting behavior, they're like, oh, it was a different time. I was edgy back then. Like, bro, I remember 2018 too. It wasn't that different of a time.
Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So
This shit got me fucked up. Like, I'm so mad, bro. Cause like Chris, bro.
when it was just a private server, his little circle of banners, and he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes.
And that's the point I really wanted to drive home about the Lava character, is that I still see him getting bashed a lot online, but it's like, we can't really judge him for the way he's acting when he has potentially been done so wrong for so many years and almost been like brainwashed. And the thing that really makes me sad is that these were a bunch of kids who probably thought, oh, we're living out our dream, we're getting to talk to our idol every day, we're getting to help him with his work. When in reality, Chris was just abusing their power and influence, and sadly, these young kids couldn't see it. Now here's where we get to the portion of the video where they're trying to cancel MrBeast. First, they were trying to connect him to that creep Shadman due to this reply, where Shadman had posted this picture of MrBeast holding this blank whiteboard where he typed in there, need big T anime GF. LOL, just random at MrBeast YT meme on Shad. Love it. And MrBeast says, this is all we've ever wanted. We can quit now. And don't get me wrong, it is a little strange that he says, this is all we've ever wanted, when they had that poster up in their house. But if this is Jimmy's only interaction with anything regarding Shadman online, I mean, obviously, it's definitely not worth a cancellation. Leon Lush, who was a co-owner of that podcast, actually stepped in to try and give more context.
Just wanted to chime in regarding this old podcast clip of MrBeast currently trending, because I also happen to be in it and I was there. So hopefully I can offer some honest perspective beyond a Twitter account farming engagement. Now, for context, this was a long time ago at the beginning of our YouTube journey, when being edgy was a content strategy. Cringe in hindsight, but those were the times. Here's the first part of the clip.
I mean, honestly, I am kind of tired of people using that edgy excuse, but it is what it is.
Now, it's hard to hear, but after the "you wouldn't put your dick in her" statement, I think it's important to note he says, "I wouldn't do that. She's way too young," after the initial unfunny joke. Also relevant was our general demeanor at the time, as he also said this at another point in the podcast. Don't tell me manifestation isn't real, because here we are, almost a decade later.
But I think we also have to say that comments like that, like, I don't know, I just don't really find any humor in them. Like, I'm sure this dude right here might have a daughter or a son, and if
Buddy, you ain't help with none of you didn't help.
somebody talked that way about them when they were 14 years old, well, he'd probably want to take a bat to their head, but I digress. The other clip going around of Jimmy is something that I'd seen many times over the years, where basically he just uses a slur against gay people during one of his infamous live streams.
QQ, shut the f up, you stupid. If the video is lived, how would I call you a stupid? Exactly. Sorry, dumbass.
So yeah, I guess I just don't think that either of those clips really warrants a cancellation. After all of this, am I kind of looking at MrBeast at least a little bit sideways? I mean, I won't lie to you guys. Yes. I mean, honestly, I do hope that we get a more detailed response from MrBeast sometime in the future. Probably when it legally makes a little bit more sense for him to do so. But yeah, this was MrBeast's response. I think that the information that we got from Lava's buddy was probably the most interesting part of this video, because it just makes Chris look even worse. It's like there wasn't just one Lava, there was apparently 10. So yeah, we're going to see where this leads. Of course, I will continue to keep y'all updated, but as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other MrBeast drama out. He needs to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
Hey, y'all think MrBeast over with, bro? That's crazy. Why y'all keep trying to... Excuse me. Man, y'all be trying to come for speed, bro, and that's not cool. I'm gonna just tell you like this, bro. That's the craziest shit I've heard all week. Mm-mm-mm. But that's my thing. Like he say, that's his day one, bro. Yeah, man, weird stuff, bro. You gotta cut it off instantly, cause you end up getting like this, bro. Even though Chris did it, they gonna add Beast in there. You better believe it. But hey, man, watch who you keep around yourself, bro. But yeah, man, family, y'all take care. Have a good night. Get some rest. Peace. Oh shit, my bad. Thanks for chilling with CuZo. Peace.